What's good, everyone? We're gonna just get into this pretty quickly. That's how I got Kutuzov set up for fire chance and not really focused too much on the range. He gets range uh, built into his base trait, and I'm really just focused on really just getting as many shots out as possible with this fire. Running the aiming mod. I'm actually running target acquisition, so I don't have to rely on other people spotting as much. And I've got steering for access and main battery for actual reload speed. Because again, this is all about getting as many shots out as possible with this boat. We got a Z-23 on our side and a Lightning on theirs, so it's just one-on-one destroyer match. And basically, this boat, as you can see, I have a tremendous amount of range, so it's really just a matter of location. The right, well, A doesn't seem to have many people on that side. They're all kind of balled up. You'll see this a lot when you're playing. People tend to just kind of ball up and just get into some really awkward formations. This, like right now, I'm telling people to actually cap A. Or I'm about to, because we don't need more people pooling into B. I really would have preferred if the actual destroyer went and capped A. That would have been ideal. But we do have some people drifting over to C, so that's good. And we have people just piling into the area around B, which is presumably is what the enemy team's doing. This what we're seeing is very common for how this is played. Now, technically, I was supposed to go more towards A, but I try to balance things with how I see my team doing stuff, because especially if I'm in a ship that needs support, like the Kutuzov, you need someone spotting for you. And wow, somebody took a nice chunk out this chopper. Yeah. Now this boat is a pain, so I'm trying to get it off the playing field as soon as possible. You can see how the reload time is valuable, because by the time my shells are landing, I almost have new shells going out. It's not quite in Atlanta, but it is actually way more accurate, so there's that. This guy is moving pretty well. It's a fast ship, but I'm just trying to get him off the map. Alright, fire got him. So that was 2 fires so far. So now I've got some free shots at the Gene Bart without even getting spotted. We have all those boats at sea, but I don't know what's happening. It must be the Lightning in there, but they're being very patient. I don't know what these guys are doing behind me at B. You see, like you take a stance like that, you're not pushing the enemy team away from the cap. You guys are just having these extended shootouts with no one capping a point. So they got C. We're still about to get B, it looks like. I'm not sure if it's contested. Nope. We're about to get B. Cool. So we got B. Now, I'm still just chipping away at this John Bart because it's free shots, and there's I think that was a Tirpitz. Pretty much, it's a matter of, being ready to take every shot you can and trying to get as many fires out there actively going as you possibly can. So every time we get a hit without a fire, I'm like, shoot. Now we see the Leander, and he's just kind of broadside, so I switched to AP. This boat is pretty accurate, so seeing if we can get this AP to get this guy. We got a lot of, what is that, 4 hits and 5 overpens or penetrates, I don't know which. So that wasn't a tremendous amount of damage. So now we're back harassing this John Bart, and the Tirpitz looks like he's trying to cap A. We've left that position for so long, and look how far back that battleship is at A. He's like hiding behind an island. I think it was T-Bull or Tactic Angel, I don't remember which, that was saying that, you know, a lot of people, especially battleship players, but even cruiser players, you got to learn how to angle your ship. So I've been practicing a lot of that. But if you can angle your ship in a battleship, which you're built to be able to get into these fights, you will be able to get into these fights. We have battleships that are fighting like cruisers, which means you're gonna poke the front of your ship out, fire some shots, and then try to hide again. But it's not like you reverse all that fast. You're not really like, you're not built to be a cruiser, so to speak. It's weird. So now that I got my smoke up and I can get these free shots on this turret, he's just got to sit there and take the hits. But always being advantageous, I'm looking to see if I can mess with anyone else as well. So what do we have now? We got the Gene Bart and a Leander still. So continuing to harass this Gene Bart and get as many fires on him as possible. So, and they're just blind firing on smoke. So if you just sit still, you deserve to get shot. Like it's what they're gonna do. They have no one else that's really actively harassing them. So if you just sit there, just like with torpedoes or anything else, if you just sit there, you should anticipate to get shot. You shouldn't be surprised if you get shot. You should expect it. There's turrets. Got another fire on him. I don't know if he immediately damaged combat or not. But I think the Gene Bart might still have a fire on it, because I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't. But you can see my damage still going up, so someone, yeah, there goes the fire. Yeah, he had damage con running. He had to, because back-to-back fires as soon as, like, it stopped. And this guy gave it to my smoke. And as a battleship, firing in smoke, unless you have Belfast perk running, you're gonna get spotted. So if you fire, you're gonna get spotted. Your secondaries are the only way you can sit in smoke and not get spotted. Anyway, got this Leander. He's pretty well angled for me to try to shoot AP at him, so I'm still shooting HE. But my HE, this Russian commander, is that ability for I think it's called equilibrium or something. It makes your HE hit with more of a pop, so you're more likely to, we melted the turret. So that's 2. So the HE hits more significantly, so I'm not sure if that leads to more fires, but it definitely feels like it sometimes, because we're already up to 9 fires. So and out of 89 shots, so that's 10%, right? 10%, 1 in 10 shots, yeah. So still just kind of using the torpedo to gauge the direction of that ship at range, because there's no reason for me to actually try to shoot torpedoes at him. But again, he's starting to present a flat angle. Am I gonna try AP? I'm not sure. It all just depends on how long he's gonna stay like that, because that ship is pretty maneuverable. Besides, my HE hits pretty hard consistently. Only time you really switch to AP in this ship is if you have like a very confirmable kind of hit. Otherwise, your HE would have done way more damage. So battleship finally comes over here so we can cap this point. So that's cool. Set somebody else on fire again. That's fire number 10. That one didn't stick, so they must have damage conned it. So it might have been this Gene Bart. It's not quite a blind fire, but it's the moment they go out of being aimed at, your aim can dramatically shift. But I got the hit and a fire on him. for fire number 11 and kill number 3. So now the synop. Alright. Now I'm very flat to the synop, but you know, he'd have to have been prepared to shoot me because he would have been, you know, looking somewhere else. Got the Leander. Now I switched to AP because this Leander's been driving straight for a long time now. So let me see if we can get this guy off the board real quick with just some AP shots. Not getting exactly where I want to hit him, but let's see what we can do. But this rate of fire is helping anyway, because it is chipping away significant amounts of his health pool. Misgauged how he was kind of curving towards us. And we got that last hit on him. He was driving very straight in that boat. So that was pretty easy to kind of detect where he was gonna be going. Now mind you, if I had my range increase, sure, I'd be able to shoot these ships further away, which, you know, it's generally a good idea, you know, because this boat is pretty squishy up close. But, you know, how much range is enough? You know, especially if you're going to be effective. And with this rate of fire, quite literally fire, they're at 12 fires now. That's a significant amount of damage. We're already past 100k damage with 4 kills. So this boat has been able to pretty well manage a significant amount of, you know, offensive force. Shoot, I got spotted. Nobody wants to get spotted when you don't know where the enemy is. No one has eyes on the enemy, but I got spotted. So that means he knows, at a minimum, he knows where I am, or at least, you know, my last known location. So that's problematic. So you always want to be cautious when you're, you know, rounding a corner after getting spotted, because you don't see, he looked like he was already looking my direction. You don't want to be giving away anything free, nothing too dramatic, because you'll definitely feel it every time you just give something away, especially in a squishy boat. So I'm still going full speed just so I can get in position, hopefully before he can change too much position, because he's very broad to me, which means the majority of my shots could potentially hit. Now I stopped. I didn't go into reverse, which means I'm just sitting here. This was a huge mistake this round. If he was paying more attention to my location, that could have been death, because he only landed, what, 2 shots, I think. Two shells or something like that, and took the most damage I took this whole round in 1 salvo. So, but look, as he's broadside to me, look at how it just blankets his ship with shells. Like, you saw all his components got damaged, all sorts of mess, and I'm just getting him to I'm kind of want him to back away from my team, because, and look at that, 2 chunks, you know. But you see all those components getting damaged. It's a byproduct of how this boat works. That equilibrium thing is no joke. Yep, got that Kraken. So this boat is a threat in many ways. So if you ever see one, you want to knock it off the board as quick as possible. That's 14 fires. If you like that, if you like, you know, whatever I'm putting out here, I'm trying to make sure you guys have something interesting to see, but also just kind of showing you just regular day-to-day stuff. Like, you know, getting on the top of the board is great, but I prefer winning over everything. So hopefully you guys are able to get something out of this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.